one of the questions I get frequently is how to teach a dog to go to bed. So, or even just when to train a dog in general. So I am here, I am trying to do some exercises on the floor, and Jamie, who is adorable, but doesn't know the house rules, thinks that this is the perfect time to sniff my face and lick me, and then run off and cause trouble. And of course, this is not what I want him to do that. So his go to bed command actually involves his blanket so that we can move it and put it wherever we want. I went and grabbed myself some low value treats. I got low value treats specifically so that I'm not also having to argue with him trying to get up to go get them if I say put them on the floor so my hands are free. I'm going to do this while I exercise because that's always how I do things. I don't tend to set aside dog training time. I tend to be doing something and then the dog is being a pest and I think, I need to teach him to go to bed. The other thing I've done to make my life easy is I put him on a leash so that if he gets bored, he can't just go running off. I'm not having to scrabble around and grab for his collar or try and catch his attention with a treat. I've got quick control. So now, I would like to go back to doing my little exercises. So the first thing I'm going to do is ask him to go to bed. Jamie, go to bed. And I tossed a treat on there. And of course he went. Now because I'm doing this the cheater's way, I'm not going to grab his leash. Yep, he already knows how to lay down. So I grabbed his leash and he laid down. If a minute ago when I grabbed his leash and he refused, I just pulled straight down on his leash and he squirmed and wiggled and then he finally was like, okay, fine. I did not think about trying to drag him to the floor. If you think about that, your dog's going to fight a lot harder because it's so much more pressure and you're going to lose. The fight will go on forever. They will out-stubborn you. They will claw you up. They will start chewing on your arm. Don't do it. All I think about is putting pressure on the leash downwards. A little pressure, enough to make them like drop their head a little bit, but not so much that they're like, oh my God, I'm being dragged to the earth. Now, Jamie's owners actually have taught him a go to bed command. It's staying there that is the bigger issue. So I've told him once, as far as I'm concerned, a go to bed command means now you stay there. I'm going to try and shuffle around so that you don't have quite such an odd angle of me. I'm going to take my treats and I'm going to put them on my stomach because I know my stomach's hopefully not going to move too much. Now I'm going to do my exercises. I've got my leash handy. It's right near me so I can grab it if he starts to get up. Here we go. Whoops, I did that one. Now, I'm pulling straight down. Go to bed. Good boy. And now that he's succeeded, I'm going to give him a treat. The treats are falling off my stomach. It's okay. I've got 5 more. I'm just relaxing my neck. Okay, now I get a minute to break. This is where I can do a little bit of extra training with Jamie. I can, for instance, go, oh my God, I'm tired. But I'm gonna roll away from it. Oh. Part of a go to bed command means go to the bed, which I'm not really making him do because I've got it right next to me. The other part of it means and stay there. Oh, good boy, Doc. Did you go to your chair? So I'm going to walk away. I'm going to go open this window because I'd like it open anyway. And Jamie is being way too good for the purposes of this video. He gets another treat because I walked away, I came back, he's still laying there. So what I'm going to do now, just to make my life difficult for the purpose of the video, hi Doc, Doc. First I'm going to tell Doc to go to his chair. He's not great at it when he's excited about things, and he is excited about treats right now. So, Doc, chair. Doc, go to your chair. That was pretty good. Now I don't have a Doc safe treat in my hand, so I'm going to remind him to wait. Come back. Now Jamie just got up. This is what happens, right? I'm going to put Jamie back. That's up to make him sit. Oh, but he's not actually in his bed, and I need him in his bed. So I'm going to walk him forward. Good. Make him sit. Pressure to lay down. Good boy. I didn't repeat his go to bed command because I shouldn't have to. He should still be there. I didn't release it. Thank you, Jamie. This is where it gets harder. I'm going to remind him with a hand signal to stay. I'm going to finally get over and reward Doc. I'm going to come back and reward Jamie because that was hard for him. Hello, Lily. I'm going to reward Lily because she's old. And now I'm sure my minute is up and I need to go back to my exercises. Oh, now Doc is down. But that's okay. It's not him I'm worried about. Now I have higher value treats. So now I'm getting mobbed. So I put him back. Doc, go. Good boy, Jamie. Doc, get out of here. Pulling straight back down. I have like no strength at this angle. In fact, I'm gonna have to roll up a little bit. Use my body weight a little more. And I give a big hiss there, not because he wasn't laying down, but because he was crowding into my space trying to grab my treat, which is not acceptable. But now that he is where he belongs, I'm gonna give him that treat so that he knows he will get it, but not when he's crowded into me. Same with this one right here. Go on, get out of here. Go, get. You know better. All right, back to my exercises. Treats, even the high value ones, back on my stomach. I'm gonna give Doc a shove aside. He, of course, got Jamie to stand up. Pulled straight back down on Jamie. All of my treats are now on the floor. Good boy, Jamie. Jamie gets one for laying back down. Now I'm gonna shove him back over there. This is how my life goes. This is how I do training. Wait. Good. Since Doc is actually the problem here, I'm gonna tell him he has to go back on his chair. Doc, chair. Now he does know his command, even though he's not always great at it when he's excited. Doc, chair. No. Doc, chair. So just then he's still not getting his command, so I actually tossed it into his chair, which was how I taught him in the first place. Doc, chair. Doc, chair. There. And that time I hissed because I just reminded him how to do it. I know that he does know how to do it. So I hissed to tell him, hey, you're not listening. You're not thinking. I just showed you what I want. You do know what I want, so all I had to do is remind you. This is not acceptable. Now I still need to get back to my exercises. I'm gonna bring Lily over here. And if I need to, I will tell her, Lily, sit. She can't hear, she's deaf, so we're using hand signals, and I know she's off screen. Sit. And as your dogs get older, they tend to get a little more ornery. There, stay. And we tend to let things slide because it's like, they're old. And I've done the same thing with Lily. So it took me a few sits there before she actually listened. Now, I'm not gonna lay down right next to Jamie because if I do, Doc is gonna jump down and Lily's gonna leap up, so I'm gonna move myself a little bit so I'm not totally surrounded by dogs. Now I've got Jamie here, Lily there, Doc's up there. I'm still pretty surrounded, but hey. Here we go, back to my exercise. Lily's gonna leave, and that's fine as long as she actually leaves and doesn't cause a problem. She's totally causing a problem by sniffing Jamie. Now Jamie's sniffing her. Now, and she's gonna distract him. So I just grabbed his leash, pulling straight down again. There he goes. For that I am gonna give him a reward. Because it's hard to be good when another dog is sniffing you. So when he did lay down, I rewarded. See, this is the thing. Doc and Jamie, I would be putting back. Lily, I'm like, she's walking around because she's old. 5 more. Get back. And at the end of the 5, we all get rewarded. Good job, Jamie. Good job, Doc. Lily left, so I don't have to reward her. I get a minute off, so I'm going to spend that minute. Doc, stay. Now this is going to be really difficult for Doc because I'm about to call Jamie and ask him to come up, and Doc still has to stay while another dog is moving around and getting treats. So very likely he's going to break, and I'm going to be putting him back. So now I'm working on his stay as well as on Jamie going to bed when told, just to make things harder. Lily, you're not helpful. Go on. There you go. Thank you. All right, Jamie, come here. Good boy. Because I need him not just to stay in bed when I tell him, but I need him to. Jamie, go to bed. He didn't notice that I tossed the treat. Jamie, Doc, back up. All the way. Psst. Good boy. Doc, stay. Oh, Jamie. Jamie, go to bed. Now he's going to get off the bed. Oh, he did pretty good, actually, so I'm going to give him another treat because he stayed over there. Now I've been telling Doc to stay, so good job, Doc. And Lily's sitting. I'll give her a treat for that. Do it again. Jamie, come here. Good. Jamie gets a treat. Doc gets a treat because he stayed even though another dog moved. I want Jamie to go to bed. Jamie, go to bed. Now ideally, I want him to settle down right there. And if he moves off, which he just did, I'm going to just put him back. Jamie, go to bed. And he's figuring out, oh, and when you say go to bed, you mean go to bed and lay down. I'm getting this. Okay. And Doc gets rewarded for all that. Good stay. I got to go back to my exercises. And I'm now on a different exercise. I don't remember which one. You get the idea, though. This is how I teach any animal, any dog, what I want them to do at any given point. I don't necessarily set aside training time. I do it as I realize I need it. Sometimes that means things take a lot longer, but it also means that my dogs are learning to do things whether or not I am focused on them. They're learning to hold their stay while I'm working with another dog. Or Jamie's learning to stay in bed even while I'm doing exercises. And while it might take more time in the moment, oftentimes it takes less time overall. And I like that.